For example, the China situation, the India-China situation. I want to ask you, Sadhguruji, this country has been a country that has wished and prayed for peace from times immemorial. Yet this country has been ravaged by wars again from times immemorial. Today, when we stand at one such cusp, how do people really think about the uncertainty that is currently prevailing? There is anger which is directed towards a country. There is a whole lot of heightened emotion from people in the country. How do you think we have to manage this, and how do you think we need to look at this entire issue of China?
This is not only about China. First of all, let's understand this. What we call a nation. Well, we like to say India is a cultural entity, this, that, everything. Yes, it's all true on one level. But essentially, a nation is a piece of geography. So except on the oceans, except in the oceans, none of our other borders are properly defined. East, west, north, nowhere is it properly defined. How do you make a nation like this? Is your western border clearly defined? No, you have LOC. Northern border, you have LAC. Eastern border, you know all the trouble, the perforated borders that you have. So after 75 years of independence, why have we not defined it? Because somebody did not understand what is a nation. We have fancy ideas. We will pray for peace. I don't know what's the other word you use, pray and what? We wish and pray for peace. Peace will not come that way. We must do the right things so that the ambiguity is reduced and the reason for any kind of confrontation is reduced. And then once that is done, peace must be enforced. This is the way the world works. Peace within myself I can achieve in a different way, but I would say that is also enforced. I am peaceful and joyful because I enforce it. Otherwise, if I look at the outside situations, I can also go get depressed. I have decided such things don't happen to me, I enforce it in myself that I will never be disturbed, I will never be unhappy, I will be peaceful and joyful. This is an enforcement within myself. The same thing is needed as a nation. We must enforce peace, whether it is at the border or on the streets of our nation, we have to enforce peace.
And
but
you said
enforcing peace
somebody has failed to do it over the last 75 years. Somebody means who?
Enforcing peace is extremely difficult when there is ambiguity about what is our nation, what is not our nation. Who are putting our army out there every day, losing men, either in the west or now in the north, constantly, because there is so much ambiguity. Because we did not understand what it means to be a nation, that we have to secure what is the boundary. Whether we lost something, gained something, that's not the important thing. The important thing is there should be no endless ambiguity about what is our nation, what is not, because at any time somebody can rake up a problem. Right now, we need to understand this. See, our problems are in the west, now in the north. Even with a small nation which is so much a part of our culture and absolutely like one nation it is, though it is a politically separate nation, even there we are having problems. Simply because we have not clearly defined our boundaries. The earlier you do it, the better it is. Now after 75 years, nobody is willing to listen to you. You should have done it the moment you get independence. Within the first 2-3 years, you must define your boundaries. This is very, very important. Someone did not understand this. This is a serious flaw. But this is the reality. Now at least we should strive to somehow define the boundaries of this nation so that every day we don't have to kill young people on our borders.
There is a political controversy, a political slugfest that is on, but when you say someone should have done it in the first 3 years of independence, I think the world and the country will understand what you mean by those words. Well, thank you very much, Sadhguruji, for joining me at a time when India is facing challenges, but on a day when International Yoga Day will tell us the importance of yoga to not only control our emotions within, but also to get out of depressions and keep our body and mind absolutely fit and happy. Namaskaram, and thank you very much for joining.
Various very simple and powerful practices being offered free to the entire world. Everybody should make use of it. This is not about controlling emotion, this is about transforming emotion. Either misery or joy is a choice. We must exercise this choice.
Yes, and from misery you can create ecstasy, as Sadhguruji just explained to us. Well, with that, thanking Sadhguruji, we'll take a short break.
Namaste.
News follows on the other side.